It's time to take a look at another mousepad, and today it is the Xtrfy GP4. I haven't really used anything that feels like this before, so it was quite interesting to test this mousepad. But let's go take a closer look. The GP4 comes in quite a small package, so it does take some time to get it stable on your desk. There is also a strong smell of rubber that stayed at least in my room for about 4 days. Xtrfy sent me 2 versions and the artwork in both looks very nice. The colors are vibrant and the details are very sharp. But if you not happen to like this kind of art, there is also a solid black one available. By the way guys, I've got a bunch of mice and mousepads to review, so if you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button guys. Also I've been streaming on weekends and I'm planning a switch to Twitch. So if you want to watch the streams, hit me up with a follow on Twitch, the link is in the description. The size of the pad is 460mm x 400mm, and it's 4mm thick. The edges of the pad are stitched and they seem high quality to me. One of my pads has some slight fraying on the top side, but nothing to worry about. The surface is a little bit rough to touch, but it doesn't irritate my skin at all. When I slide my fingers through the pad, it feels quite rough, but it doesn't irritate my forearm at all. The mousepad is fairly soft. It's not as soft as Gordius cloth pad or the Artisan Zero Soft, but it is softer than the Xtrfy GSR SE. I haven't experienced this kind of roughness and softness in the same pad before, and it ends up being very good in the performance side of things. The rubber base is also very good in the mousepad. Once you properly stick your mousepad to the table, it's pretty hard to move it. As you can see here, it's my table pretty much that's moving first and not the mousepad at all. And basically in gaming situations the mousepad won't move at all on your desk. Of course, when there is artwork in the pads, there is also some kind of coding. I can't really find much information about the coding, but the performance hasn't decreased in 3 weeks at least. I just hope that this pad can manage to keep the speed for long periods of times. This size is the only one available and it's most definitely big enough for me. I'm not a fan of desk mats, this is pretty much the best size for me. As I mentioned, the feeling and the glide of the pad is quite original. For a cloth pad it's quite fast, but it still has some stopping power. I would say that it's a little bit faster than the Xtrfy GSR SE, but still provides good control. I would not really call it similar to the Xtrfy GSR SE though, as the roughness is quite unique. I mean, it's not rough, but it's not exactly smooth either. It's got the speed for arena FPS and the control for CSGO and slower paced games. My flick shots felt very crisp and tracking was quite smooth. In the package itself it states that it's pretty much middle of the pack in the speed side of things, and I have to agree with that statement. Glide seems very good with different kind of mice and mouse feet. For example, it performs very well with my Logitech G305 that has pretty bad stock feet. And then again it has also very good performance on the Razer DeathAdder V2 Pro that has one of the best stock feet, and of course mice with TigerArcs, core pads and hyperglides, the performance is insane. It's surprisingly consistent among different feet and mice. I've been mostly using the Glorious cloth pad and the Xtrfy GSR SE for a while. But from now on I do think that this is gonna be my main mousepad. As I mentioned before, the unique roughness is something that I really like. It's also a lot faster than the Glorious cloth pad, which is refreshing for me. I like trying out new things and it's interesting to try a more faster pad for a while. The adjustment period for those who come from Xtrfy GSR SE is quite short. It shares some similarities with the Xtrfy GSR SE, but it's not exactly similar. The only thing and the most important thing that I consider to be similar in these two pads is that they are both in the middle of the pack regarding control and speed. That is why I think that you guys who like the Xtrfy GSR SE will also like the Xtrfy GP4. It's not the cheapest option though, as it costs about 35 euros in Europe. So to conclude, it's a good mousepad that provides good control and good speed. Performance-wise, the pad was very good for me. Even though it does provide a little bit more speed than the Xtrfy GSR SE, it did not make games like CSGO that require high precision a problem for me. It's also a good change for me to use a little bit faster pad for a while. You can also definitely feel the softness if you use any force when you move your mouse around the pad. The biggest surprise with this pad is that it performed very well with my Logitech G305 and its stock feet. With that mouse and mouse feet I have many issues with many different pads, and I'm happy that it works fine with the GP4. It's a great option for those who like the Xtrfy GSR SE but would like a little bit more speed. It's also a good test for those who would like something a little bit rougher than a standard cloth pad. It's gonna stay on my desk for a while, and I hope the coding won't wear off fast. Sometimes these coded pads can get quite bad after a few months, but I could not really find that much information about the coding, so I can't say that much yet. For now, with 3 weeks of use, it still feels brand new. I also love the fact that it's quite soft, so from me this pad gets 5 out of 5 with these. This goes with a high recommendation for anyone who likes a faster cloth pad. So that's pretty much it for me guys. I really enjoyed this mousepad and I'm gonna enjoy it more. If you enjoyed my content, hit that sub button and hit that like button, and see you in the next one.